Episode I, The Phantom Menace. The Republic cruiser lands on the Trade Federation battleship. It is arrived to resolve a trade dispute. The young Obi-Wan Kenobi and his cloned self exits the cruiser and makes way to another room. However, the Trade Federation turns on them, sending battle droids to kill the Jedi and try to blow up the cruiser with an interior cannon. However, the cannon malfunctions and fails to destroy the ship, and the two pilots escape and try to find the Jedi. Meanwhile, the two identical Jedi quickly destroy all the B-1 battle droids sent out at them. The two pilots run into two dangerous droidekas and are murdered by them. Then the two Jedi sneak up on the destroyers and destroy them. The Jedi make their way back to their ship and land on Naboo in the forest of the planet. The Trade Federation army also lands in the same position, and many B-1 battle droids go after the two Jedi, and a few are riding STAP speeders. The Jedi fight bravely, but the original Obi-Wan is killed by one of the speeders. The Obi-Wan clone defeats the rest and continues his journey through the forest. He comes across Jar Jar Binks, who is killed by a moving speeder because Obi-Wan doesn't bother to save the idiot. Eventually, Obi-Wan arrives at the capital of Naboo and meets up with his master, Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn and his apprentice, the clone of Obi-Wan Kenobi, find and save Queen Amidala and her company from the army of battle droids, and escape the planet on her Naboo starship. However, as they escape from the planet, they have to evade the Trade Federation's fleet. Luckily, they do so successfully and land on Coruscant. On the planet Coruscant, the clone of Obi-Wan clones himself again, so now there are two clones of Obi-Wan and no original Obi-Wan, for he is dead. Queen Amidala pleads her case to the Republic and the Jedi Council that she needs help to defeat the Trade Federation and free Naboo of their army, and they quickly oblige, giving them extra soldiers, and Master Yoda also decides to accompany them. They travel through space once again on their way to Naboo and run into the fleet of the Trade Federation again, and they crash onto Tatooine, losing their ship but no people. On Tatooine, they need a lot of parts to fix their destroyed ship, so Qui-Gon Jinn makes a deal with the junk dealer named Watto that if his slave, a young boy named Anakin Skywalker, wins the pod race, then Watto will give them all the many parts they need, and if he loses, then they give him their trash ship. So Anakin Skywalker starts the pod race, and his pod moves slowly at first because the notorious Sebulba sabotaged his pod. However, he gets it working. Eventually, on the second round of the race, the Tusken Raiders shooting at the contestants blow up Anakin's pod, so he escapes it and lands on one of the engines of Sebulba's pod. He detaches it from the vehicle and begins to go through the race on a stolen engine alone. Then the Tusken Raiders blow up Sebulba's now slower pod, because it has one less engine. So he gets out of his destroyed pod and begins to try to run to the finish line. However, Anakin runs him over, killing him and winning the race. Then Anakin leaves the planet with them on their way to Naboo, and Qui-Gon realizes that he has much Force potential, and Yoda gives him permission to train the boy, even though Anakin has much fear, which could lead to the dark side. The crew lands on Naboo, sneak into the city, run into many battle droids, and destroy them all. At one point, the Jedi are confronted by Darth Maul. They begin to duel, but Darth Maul is easily defeated by Obi-Wan Kenobi because it was 4 against 1. Meanwhile, the rest of the group is being attacked by destroyer droids, which Anakin destroys by getting into one of the Naboo starfighters, then flying off into space to destroy the battle droid control ship, along with a few other pilots and their starfighters. Queen Amidala, or Padme Amidala, continues to fight her way to Nute Gunray, leader of the Trade Federation and their occupation of Naboo. Eventually, she finds him, but most of her band is killed by B-1s and destroyers. Meanwhile, Anakin crash lands inside the battle station. His starfighter is then blown up. However, another pilot crash lands as well, and Anakin kicks him out and uses his starfighter to attack the battle station. However, his starfighter is destroyed again, but another pilot crashes into the station as well, and he steals his ship again. Then, with his stolen starfighter, he blows up the battle station from the inside, causing all the battle droids to be shut off, giving victory to Padme and Naboo. Then Padme kills Nute Gunray, ridding the world of the leader of the Trade Federation. Senator Palpatine does not get elected Chancellor.